Support comes from the Virginia Living Museum. I'm Jessica Azura, Senior Director of Guest Engagement, welcoming you to experience the wonder of Virginia's native birds, mammals, marine life, and reptiles, all with a focus on education and conservation. More at thevlm.org.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to our Bird Notes for this Sunday morning. This is Dwight Davis. Mozart had a pet starling, of which he was very fond, so we are told. As far as we know, Beethoven did not keep any pets, which is a good thing, as he probably would have neglected them, as he often neglected to care for himself. But Beethoven was, by his own admission, a nature lover. "No one can love the countryside as much as I do," he said. "I take a childish delight in it. How happy I am to be able to wander through bushes and woods among trees, grass, and rocks." It was during such amblings that Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony was born, and it is in this work that we can find Beethoven's birds. Though Beethoven described the Symphony No. 6 as more an expression of feelings than painting, he does introduce some literal references in the music. In the second movement, the scene by the brook, 3 bird calls are imitated. As a matter of fact, Beethoven wrote on the score the names of the birds, presumably in German. They are, in English, the nightingale, the cuckoo, and the quail. The first 2 are well known. The nightingale and the cuckoo have appeared in song, poetry, and instrumental music for centuries. The quail that Beethoven refers to is a bit more problematic. First of all, as an aside, the European quail is not our eastern quail, the bobwhite. The European quail is about 7 inches long, sandy-colored with streaks, seldom seen in the open. It looks like a smaller edition of the European partridge. You know, the one that perches in pear trees this time of year. Now, the question is, did Beethoven mean quail when he said quail, or did he refer to the partridge? Both were common in the vicinity of Vienna when Beethoven took his walks through the Vienna woods. Was Beethoven observant enough to know the difference? To see the annotation on the score would settle the question. I've never seen it. If Beethoven wrote Wachtel, the bird would indeed be the quail. But if he wrote Rebhuhn, it would be the partridge. But let's check the music itself for some clues. Here's the passage with the bird calls from the Pastoral Symphony. The trilling flute is the nightingale, the clarinet sings cuckoo, and as best I can determine, the 3 short notes which precede and overlap the cuckoo must represent the quail. Now, Peterson, in his Guide to European Birds, says that the European quail's call is trisyllabic, and indeed, against the background of the nightingale, before and with the cuckoo's 2 notes, we hear the 3 notes of the quail. And so, Beethoven had his birds right in the Pastoral Symphony.
Support comes from the Virginia Living Museum. I'm Jessica Azura, Senior Director of Guest Engagement, welcoming you to experience the wonder of Virginia's native birds, mammals, marine life, and reptiles, all with a focus on education and conservation. More at thevlm.org.